What is up, guys? I am yours truly, Cade Carnage, and I'm bringing to you the inaugural first episode of Rage Cade Rage, a short little podcast pretty much explaining the issues, or one issue of the WWE or wrestling world at the point in time. And today's issue, or subject, that I'm going to cover is Mick Foley, the hardcore legend himself, the WWE Hall of Famer, who has gone to social media as of late and pretty much downgraded WWE. Now, can I blame him? I can't. I really can't. Do I agree with him? Maybe not all the way, but there is some points to his argument that I do agree with. WWE's product has been lacking as of late. We've all noticed it. We've all seen it. When you have guys who are top tier guys who are now out in injury, and WWE has to rely on the guys that they never even took a glance at, it's kind of sad to see how WWE has failed in that aspect. Many storylines, many talents who are in WWE have a big possibility of making it in the big time, big possibility of making a huge character for themselves. The problem is that WWE sometimes can be too scripted to allow them to show their true creativity. What's the reason when they go to indies they win the championships there? What's the reason when they go to indies they're actually very enjoyable and can sell out a show? Is not just always because the WWE name at an indie event. It's because these guys are also entertaining, which something that WWE in the Attitude Era did take oblige to. We're like, hey, listen, you guys can go out there, you guys can make a promo, go out there and talk about this and this as a point form, and you'll be able to go out there and deliver a promo. In today's WWE, it's a very controlled environment. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for being controlled, because frankly, when you have a multinational company like WWE worth millions and millions and millions of dollars, it's always going to be worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. You have to be very cautious about what you put on TV. You have large partners now. You're in the stock market. You have PG-friendly experience. So Mick going on a rampage saying that WWE should adapt to more hardcore styles and pretty much leave Roman beat up and bloody in the ring and stuff like that. Well, Mick, you don't really seem to understand that your arguments saying that the WWE should focus how the Attitude Era was run is very late. WWE can't go back to the Attitude Era. It's not a point in time right now where WWE can say, you know what, fuck the kids, fuck the families, let's just go to the WWE Attitude Era, let's go to that type of that thought pattern again, and I guarantee our ratings will come back up. That's great, that's very great, but the problem is that WWE has also adapted their storylines, their output product, their merchandise to children now. You have a lot of children who follow WWE, and you know what? It's a smart move on WWE. Vince McMahon probably looked at the kid and was like, you know what? When that kid points at something, that parent buys it. Why don't we adapt to them so that when they come to the show, they're like, ooh, Daddy, I want that. Daddy, I want that. Mommy, can you buy that? Mommy, can I get this? Eventually, they're going to be like, well, yes, son or daughter, yes, I can buy that for you. What happens to WWE? What happens to Vinnie Mac, to all the big executives? Hey, they see money there. The problem is that WWE's adapted to an environment that, for the smart wrestling fans, the older wrestling fans who obviously know WWE, wrestling in general, wrestling industry, and the indie circuit, we can see where it lacks, because now it's too child-orientated. Now, a lot of times, you have just too many children focused on, and the other audience members are just left out. Hell, that's WWE now, unfortunately, and I can't say that it's going to go back and forth back to the Attitude Era and pretty much give us something where it's bloody, gory, and messy. I can't say that they'll do that, but necessarily it doesn't mean that the product itself that's being output is absolutely horrible, and I have to disgrace everything that they output because, frankly, it doesn't meet my approval. Listen, there are millions of people who watch WWE. There are millions of people out in this world who have a very different idea of what WWE good and WWE bad is. For crying out loud, there are people out there who love the Bellas. There are people out there who hate the Bellas. There are people out there who love the Miz. There are people out there who want to throw rocks at the Miz. Because why? Wrestling is a subjective sport. I'm sorry, yes, I said it. It's a sport. WWE is a sport. So what happens when you look at that sport is you're able to see that that sport itself is growing to a huge fan base. So when that huge fan base grows immensely like WWE has, okay, you're gonna have people who are not gonna like what they see in the ring as some other people will. So Mick Foley goes on this rampage saying Sasha Banks is not being used, Sasha Banks this, the WWE is losing a fan, that he'll drive 12 hours to see a Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch match, but then on Raw they do the same thing and fuck it up. Well, listen, Mick, not every single time it's gonna be that great match that you saw between Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. I can agree. Both of those women, as a matter of fact, a majority of the women now in WWE can output great talent, great matches. I agree with that. I completely do. But the problem is, when you continuously do that, what happens is that we always expect that. So when they have kind of an off night, we're gonna go fucking ballistic. Listen, those great matches that we always see are intended for the special events, special shows, something that we can be like, okay, there's a reason why I want to see this, because usually during pay-per-views or during specials or doing this or doing that, they actually give us a much better match. Whereas on Raw, yeah, we get the matches that we get because frankly, it's a show. Dude, we're watching a show. And what kills me the most is, yeah, like I said, wrestling is subjective. People see it in a different way. Some people may like the past few Raws, even though they hit probably an all-time record low ratings for a non-holiday episode, but nonetheless, so a lot of people have a different thought pattern when it comes to this industry. So Mick going on another rampage saying, will this Raw be the final straw? Will this be the final episode that I watch? I understand. Mick Foley is upset with the WWE product, I really do. But let me just point something out. Mick Foley watched that Raw. And on Raw, what did we see? We saw that Tommy Dreamer decided to come back to help the Dudley's face the Wyatts. And that's perfectly fine, I have no problem with that. What did Mick say in his tweet? I'm back! Another perfect example of how WWE utilizing older talents, veterans, older talents in the business to be able to garner ratings. I understand that when you have so many young talents that you are not able to sell them to the audience as many other veteran stars can sell an audience. But here's the problem. Here's the kicker, WWE. They could if you sold them properly. There's a lot of times where you have this 50-50 booking and you're not taking anyone going above and beyond. What you're doing is that you're making somebody lose and win at a very standard rate. Same with the competitor, or same with his opponents. And the funny thing is that those opponents and those competitors you always pin together. So you have one winning over the other and the other winning over the other one. So it's back and forth, and I can't really get behind anyone there. And WWE in general, the product that you output, the product you provide me, in a way, yes, okay, I enjoy it. I still enjoy it. I will say it. I'm not saying that I'm a wrestling fan no matter the outcome. There are my limitations as well. But you know what? These are shows that I still watch, I still enjoy. Not saying I go above and beyond and upside down in glory, amazingness, happiness for what they've given me, but what I do is I enjoy it. It's something that I still look forward to Raw every Monday. There's a lot of fans who still looks forward to Raw. Yeah, okay, I bitch and complain, but you know what? Everyone bitches and complains. Though I don't take it to an extreme saying that other people's opinions of the show is wrong in the fact that it does suck and it should suck and this is how it sucks and you're stupid, think otherwise. I don't do that. I respect people's opinions. For Raws, they failed. And yes, last Raw, yesterday, or this Monday, which was November 30th, this Raw was actually pretty decent. And I hate to say it, but yes, Tommy Dreamer came back, did give me a bit of a boost. I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good business. Again, WWE, you are focusing on the older talents to be able to get the ratings. Now, to be fair, if this older talent is coming in and they're working over the Wyatts, I really do hope the Wyatts are actually going to win this time, WWE. That will be another discussion I have at a later point in time, but WWE, if you fucking make the Wyatts lose again over the Dudley Boys and Tommy Dreamer, I swear to God, I'm gonna flip at what you're doing with them. But nonetheless, so Mick Foley decides now that he's a Raw fan again, because the older talent came in. That's adaptive to him. That's his hardcore era to him right there, or the Attitude Era, which is exactly what he wants. So he sees Tommy Dreamer, he sees weapons, he says, yes, this is what I need, weapons in the ring, going after guys, completely beating them up, and because of that, I've now become a fan. Well, Mick Foley, you're really two-facing here, dude. You still complain about Sasha all the fucking time, yet when Tommy Dreamer comes in, a buddy of yours, obviously from a very, very long time ago, you're automatically a fan again. Well, you know what, Mick? That is your personal opinion of the shows. Other fans appreciate what they're shown. Some fans don't, but you know what? It's funny the fact that even guys within the company, like Road Dogg, for example, goes out and actually goes on Twitter and tells these fans, you know what? If you don't like what you're watching, go somewhere else to watch something else. He actually has said that to fans, not necessarily actually coming out plainly and saying, hey, listen, there's a lot of other promotions out there. Why don't you go check them out, see what they can offer you, and then come back to us? To be honest, it's a smart move. There are other promotions out there that WWE needs to be able to lose these guys to see, hell, These guys are our competition. We have to step up the game. We have to actually be able to match the output that Lucha Underground matches, to match the talent that ROH matches. You know, all of these promotions have something over WWE, whether it's talent, whether it's just the look of the promotion, whether it's just anything. WWE will always have to have competition to become bigger, better, and stronger. The thing is at this point in time, WWE is so big and so uncaring about what's around them, they don't see it as competition. They're merely people underneath them who are competing for the second spot. And that is why WWE, for me, I feel, needs to output their game. And Mick Foley, now that you're a fan of WWE, I hope now you can kind of calm yourself down and just enjoy what's being outputted. And WWE will correct itself. They're seeing it's a bad time right now. Ratings are going very low. They'll correct themselves. And that's my Rage session. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And remember, guys, TLC, we have a TLC match that's brought to you by Toys R Us. Man, this company gets better and better.
Rage Cade Rage.